What's up, everybody? Nonpon here, and in this video, I'm gonna cover if Fritia Turbo Hare is worth your pools or not. Now, Fritia Turbo Hare is a new ballistic type DPS character, which is kind of strange that I have to elaborate on that. You see, this is a third-person shooting game, and one of the main primary damage sources should be from bullets. That makes sense, right? Well, actually, from the past patches that we've had a lot of skill usage DPS characters. We have Shirno, we've had Cyrus, we've even had Katya, like a mixed bag kind of, right? And it's been a little weird because on the first year of Snowbreak, ballistic damage was king, right? Of course, it's bullets in a shooting game. Of course, it would be the primary source of damage. But right now, it really hasn't been. It hasn't been like that for a minute. So, think of like Zenless, think of, Genshin, like any other third-person 3D action game, and you use skills a lot. And that's what it's felt like in Snowbreak lately. It's been less about aiming and more about just doing your rotation correctly. Now, Fritia Turbo Hare is Snowbreak trying to go back to that ballistic environment, and right now, she does leave a lot to be desired. Now, does that make her bad? No. Does that make her good? Also, no. She is definitely underperforming as of right now, and she might get some buffs soon. We'll see about that. But it's not just about performance. The other issue that people are having with her is just her quality of life and how she feels to play. Now, of course, this might feel different to you compared to me, but a lot of people have been worrying about how she plays, especially with her movement. Now, don't get me wrong, Fritia Turbo Hare is a spectacle of a character, a very fast-paced character that moves around, has cat zoomies, and then shoots a target. The issue with that is that it doesn't exactly feel good to use her movement speed. As a matter of fact, you need her signature weapon to make it feel fluent, which I'll cover in a different video based off her performance. But what I'm getting at is that for a fast-paced character that's supposed to move around the map, she feels a bit clunky. And maybe people might police me in the comments about my vocabulary, like, oh, I wanted to actually say she's clunky, but I feel like she's clunky. That's how I feel. And I think the issue with it, and a lot of people have shared the same sentiment, is that Fritia is trying to combine two types of gameplay value, and that's pretty broad, so let me explain. When you're in a third-person shooter environment, or even a first-person shooter environment, mouse and keyboard feel comfortable to you. You can shoot heads easier, it's a more comfortable environment for precision. When you're playing a game like Monster Hunter or Dark Souls, a controller is more preferred because it's easier to do precise inputs for different attacks that have motion values, or even type of movements to like dodge attacks easier. Like, I cannot play Monster Hunter on a mouse and keyboard, or even Dark Souls. I can't do that. That's not me, right? And I feel like the issue is that Fritia is like combining these two gameplay values into a kit that doesn't exactly complement itself. It's like you have a peanut butter and jelly, but you don't have any bread, so it's just on the countertop, not really making a sandwich. And I hope they fix that to make her at least feel good to play, because at the end of the day, that's all I mostly care about, is if a character's fun to play. This game's content is not too challenging, so if she's broken or not broken, it's all the same. It doesn't exactly matter unless you care about chasing leaderboards and getting a border. But I think that's what's happening, is that she's in a video game that is requiring precision and aim. Well, not really, not every character does that, but her specific kit does, right? Her kit requires aiming. And then her kit also requires you to move around, and neither of them feel exponentially good, right? They don't feel good together. It's like two blocks of a character that should be split apart to different kits for future characters, or what we already have right now. And it's a little awkward, right? It's kind of clunky a bit. Again, having her weapon makes things more seamless, but it doesn't exactly fix the issues that she has. If you want to talk about performance, she has not been making mini waves right now, especially on Bilibili. Usually when there's like a new character that gets a release, we see a bunch of clips of them being broken or doing a bunch of damage, or vice versa. We don't see anything and they're not doing so hot. Now, Fritia, as far as I know, she does have a bug that allows her to do more damage. I'll see if it gets patched or not. But even with the bug, she still does not top up other DPS characters that we have in the game. Is that bad? Is that a problem? Not exactly. Again, Snowbreak is kind of a chill game regardless, but if you are pulling based off value, she doesn't really have much right now. They might adjust her, they might buff her. From a new player perspective, if you like her, pull the character. There's no questions to be asked about that. But if you're asking how good of character she is, right now she leaves a lot to be desired, and we'll see if she gets some patches and some buffs in the future, because right now I am not exactly impressed with her, but I will be testing her out more today over at stream, because it's only been the first 24 hours or so maybe things might change later on. So we'll find out. I'll leave my stream link below. You can come visit and say hello if you would like to. Would love to have you. And we have Twitch drops, so you get free Digicash along with that. So yay, cool. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video, guys. How are you liking Fritia Turbo Hare? Tell me what you think about her below. Are you liking her? Do you think she needs a buff? Is she kind of clunking to you? Just let me know below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.